Flower reproduction. How do we get new flowers? Flowers are everywhere, but have you ever thought about where they come from? The journey of the flower reproduction cycle begins with the brightly colored petals that attract pollinators. Pollinators land on the flowers. While on the flower, the insects or birds pick up the pollen on their bodies, as seen on this butterfly. Anthers hold pollen for the flowers and are the male part. They come in many different colors, like these red ones. Anthers in this flower are yellow and play a vital role in our reproduction journey because pollen fertilizes the eggs. The petals also play a very important role in reproduction. They use their brightly colored petals to attract pollinators to land on the anthers, which hold the pollen. Our bee is now collecting pollen on its body and feet while on the flower. When looking at the bee close up, we can now see the pollen sticking to its backside. Pollen can be very sticky. Pollen needs to be sticky in order to stay on the pollinator's body while they fly to the next flower. They have to bring the pollen to a different flower to continue the reproductive cycle. After the pollinator gets pollen from one flower, it flies to another. During this, the pollinator drops pollen in the new flower that it lands on. Once the pollen is transferred to the new flower from a bee, a bird, or other pollinator, it falls down through a pistil. The pistil is a tube-like structure that captures the pollen from insects and animals. The pistil is located in the center of the flower and typically appears thick, just like this one. When the pollen reaches the end of the pistil, something very important begins to happen. The next stop in the journey for our pollen is the ovules. This is where the eggs of the female reproductive part are coming in contact with the pollen to reproduce new seeds. The ovules and the ovaries lie at the end of the pistil. Our new seeds are all ready, but how are they ever going to get out? This is where animals and forces of nature step in to do their work. These new flower seeds can be dispersed in many different ways, such as wind. Wind can blow seeds miles away from the parent flower. Have you ever tried to blow a dandelion and watch the seeds blow? Humans, like you and me, even help disperse new seeds. Some seeds can stick onto your clothing or shoes and take a ride to a new location. Remember our helpful pollinators such as bees, butterflies, and birds? Well, they can help just as much now as they did in the beginning of our reproduction process. Birds can pick up seeds and drop them in new places to grow. The new seed settles into the ground, where it gets nutrients, water, and sunlight. It eventually produces a new flower and the cycle starts all over again. Exploring flower reproduction falls under the Louisiana State Standard 4-LS1-1. Construct an argument that plants and animals have internal and external structures that function to support survival, growth, behavior, and reproduction.